Today is November 11th, 2024. The time is currently 5:57 p.m. I think that there's something ritually important about that being the intro. I want to explain that I feel a need to make this a more creative and possibly different video, given the fact that I've just rewatched Asteroid City. This can explain a lot of the things here. I think also that there's something interesting in the fact that I am never truly centered in the frame because I center myself from my computer, which leads me to be a bit to the left because of where my webcam is. I also think that for this specific medium, there's something very specific in the creation of art aspect of it that is very helpful to me. A forceful, not forceful, it's my own choice, but it's something that I'm trying my best to do as well every day. And I don't know why it started off as truly just I'm starting a video, what's going to happen, and then I thought for the last couple days, why not throw some format stuff on it? There's no format here, I'm just monologuing mostly. I considered writing it. I thought it would be better improvised. I thought about describing the things that I'm seeing looking out the window. It's getting darker sooner. When my window is open, there's a room across the way that has purple lights on all the time. They don't have curtains over there. Neither do we, but I've added them. I do think it's amusing that it's not my space that's shown, but RJ's. Don't know if there's something to that, some metaphor that could be gleaned from that. It's not on purpose, of course. It's because that's just where the space is and how the camera's pointed, because the camera is my computer webcam. I could turn around the camera, my computer webcam, and show it. I won't. Not in this one. I didn't write this monologue, and I assume that at some point there will be an interruption. I may be wrong. I don't know how long this will be. It's going to be at least 10 minutes, but it might be more than that. I don't think I can improvise anything of substance well, I can improvise something of substance, but I don't think I could keep it going for 10 minutes. And of course, there's a lot of dead air. That's how this works. It's intentional and unintentional. There will be at some point a video not of specific artistic intent, of me silent, aside from the intro, of course. One finds very little to talk about when one decides to sit down with nothing really and get out what they had thought of in the first 2 minutes. But one also doesn't want there to be a lot of dead air. Once again, just rewatched Asteroid City. That's why I'm doing it like this, which it isn't like Asteroid City at all. It's just feels similar in my mind. I don't know if it's a new feature or if it's just the way that I've clicked, but in the last few recordings, there's been a box that I can only assume is the focus that appears on the default camera. It's the focus. You can tell because when I clicked that, it changed where the lighting was. If I put it there, it makes it darker, which I think looks better. Focus is currently just off of my face, right above my glasses, and to my left, what would be, I assume, your right of, well, it is, no, it's my right, it's my left, but be, it's my left of my face. A lot of unexplained things that exist here, I think, that are possibly interesting to think about, but are more interesting if I don't point them out and you just think about them yourself. Unseen things behind this, once again, my space, completely unseen, while you get a view of RJ's room. There's two paintings on my desk. There's two boxes, wooden boxes, that are all holding books. I have a bag that contains my teeth on the top of them. The ones that fell out, of course. There's a lot of things. My bowl that I have begun to leave out, the knife as well, the tacks as well. I leave a lot of things out. I have ADHD. That's officially diagnosed. There's a mess of papers to my left. It just stays there. It'll be like that. I always have some mess of papers somewhere. It's easier. Well, not really, but it just exists. Maybe if I talked louder, there would have been an interruption, but I don't think I can keep this going past 10 minutes, and I don't particularly think that at this point someone will wander in. But they might. I keep reaching for something to talk about that isn't metatextual, but it becomes hard when you don't have much to talk about that's interesting. I think that's the testament of this, is that I'm asking a question to the viewers, which is, will you watch the entire video despite the fact that nothing happens? Will you commit yourself to a boring experience simply because you want to know for whatever reason, let it be some parasocial relationship that's been developed with us, which I realize I've not done well to ward against. This is the probably easiest way to create that. It's my and others' lives broadcasted directly to you, made accidentally to feel like we are your friends. We're not. You don't know us unless you do, and then you probably aren't thinking about it like that. But also the way that I've interacted with people. I mean, we'll put aside Hikikomori Femcell, who should pull up because they go here. I was just very shocked to see people interacting with us so quickly. Very interesting. I don't know if it's a self-selecting group or what's up with that. I don't remember my point after I stopped talking about this, right? Yes. Why you would still be watching. This isn't a monologue of substance. It's not good, I don't think. I'm just talking for talking's sake. And because I said that I do 10 minutes of footage every day, unedited. There's our interruption. I was wrong.
Huh? This guy's filming.
Yes.
Talk tonight, Queen.
Yes, that was the plan. And then you were watching Beetlejuice. And so I went, I'm going to go film because I've just watched Asteroid City and I feel I need to do something in a similar vibe. So I've been doing a boring monologue for 10 minutes. I suppose you'll never hear the rest of my piece on why you would still be watching. There's a litany of reasons. They don't really matter. They do. I'd love to know, but it's just interesting. And I think that's part of it. There's two separate structures, and I suppose I'll break kayfabe again. There's my direct art, things with Dead Side Radio Show, that stuff. There will be more, of course. And just the idea of this, the concept. That's the point. Thank you for watching. Bye.